previously, our adventurers reluctantly, and I will say very reluctantly, engaged a troll hole.
Oh God!
Where they crawled into said troll hole and dealt with some trolls. They smashed up the body of some poor, innocent individual, and caused some beast, some gigantic troll to grow or something, coalesce, and they promptly put it down. Not without Kirill taking a few good tags and almost dying. I think there was one death saving throw away from kicking the bucket.
Kirill was a trooper.
But he did survive, and that was really all that you guys managed to accomplish. You guys set back on your path, following the little tributary back to the Grace, which is a river that you're hoping to go north on to get to Jelrin. But we will pick it up, I suppose, about midday as you guys are moving along that river. You guys had been trying to spot and clear out any of those bits and pieces of troll that had spawned. And as you get slower or lower down the path and the river, you see them less and less frequently to the point where you no longer see them. But I imagine you guys are taking care of burning them up on the way down, as long as it doesn't take too long.
Of course.
As long as Hal there,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
already
have fire
committed.
magic.
Yeah, he did. You have twin bolt. You just can't control
Yeah,
where
let
it
me
goes.
stab it first to trigger the fact that
Yeah.
I made an attack.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys are heading along this path, and as you have noticed these past few days, it's continually getting colder to the point where the nights are just a bit above freezing, and it's getting a bit nippy, especially for the gear that you guys currently have. Let's see. You guys were...
I thought we bought some gear to help us blend in. Was it not?
I don't know. Was it?
Well, I got a cape.
Though you were the only one that got anything that like made you less conspicuous.
Oh wait, so you're all just walking around? Okay.
Yeah, and you just have it because you
Yeah.
could wear the headpiece.
Well, not just the headpiece, but
Oh,
so
okay.
I wouldn't stand out because I've got the whole big
Right.
holy
that's
symbol
right.
on me.
That's
But
right.
the headpiece is.
I don't like clothes.
I had mine scrubbed off.
I was gonna say Yane is just like shirtless in the cold
Yeah,
weather.
no matter what. Just
Yeah.
diamond nipples the whole time.
I know that feel.
That's my new feat, by the way, diamond nipple.
Oh my God.
Cut glass whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nipples.
So as you guys are talking about Yane's nipples,
Mhm.
walking along this path, why don't you all make a set of perception checks? You are keeping your eyes open, moving through
My
this wood.
level 8 optics.
Look at Kiro.
Strong wind.
Are you okay?
Yeah. So perfect. Carol, you notice as you're moving down this path that things are getting significantly quieter as you get what you presume to be close to the road. You guys have been traveling probably for about 4 or 5 hours, and you just kind of feel this kind of stillness in the air as you can see just down the hill. You can see the road, and it is not necessarily well maintained, but it is cobbled stone that connects Jelrin and Tosa. What do you do?
Hmm.
Let's just keep proceeding down the road.
Sure. So as you guys kind of move in a little bit closer, you can see north and south on the road a little bit clearer. And you see maybe 200 to 300 feet north on the road, there is a man riding on a large dark horse. And then there are 3 individuals who are wearing robes, hooded, and they're kind of bundled up. They're all carrying supplies, walking after him. And behind them, there is an additional 3 individuals who appear to be like barefoot. They are wearing small clothes, like barely anything to protect themselves from the elements, and they are also shackled together, as well as bound and gagged.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's keep going.
Just walk right by them.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's none of our business. I
They're
mean,
not-
I don't
they're not
really
being-
care.
They're not being escorted.
Well, how would you consider it an escort? There are people there with them.
That
as
people
far
that
as you
aren't
can see.
bound and gagged.
Yeah, I
Do-
mean they're not being pushed. They are following behind the other individual.
Are we? Wait, did you say that they had anything covering their heads, or is it? You just said bound and gagged. But
They only one of the individuals is blindfolded. So there's a
okay.
short gnome woman who is in the very back, who is blindfolded. You can barely make out.
Mhm.
The other one is a dark elf, who is just kind of, looks downcast. And yes, dark. But he's downcast. And then there's an older gentleman who appears to be in the late stages of balding, and he is also downcast, or it's like a remorseful or introspective kind of like mask they're wearing as they are moving down this road. And go ahead.
I was like, who are the people who are leading them or walking them?
Yeah, so the gentleman who's on the horse appears to be fairly well kept, middle-aged man with some dark hair. He doesn't appear to be armed in any way, shape, or form. He is also wearing a set of dark robes that kind of encompass his in a really good sense for the winter. And he's not carrying any particular supplies on him. You do see that he has a large book that's kind of at his side, and he probably is just kind of reading it as he's riding down the road. He's not paying a hell of a lot of attention to his surroundings.
Is this what they call a kink?
I'm gonna laugh at that one.
Misha's very serious about this.
I know. That's why I'm laughing. No, this is how dwarves procreate.
Ah, I've not met a dwarf.
Just to reiterate, how far away are we from this group of people walking down the road? Like, we're seeing them
You
pretty
guys
far
are
away, or-
you're probably 100 feet away from the road itself, and they're 200 feet north on the trail or on the path. So if you can triangulate that.
Sure. They're yeah, that's fine. I can't do what I want to do.
Find the hypotenuse.
There's no way we're not have seen by them by this stage anyway.
I mean, you guys are actually off into the
Yeah, we're
woods,
on the side path.
so
It's possible.
you're not
That's true. We're not on the road.
particularly visible. But you're not, as far as I know, making any effort to hide you.
Jesus fuck boy, I've been muted.
Oh god,
I was wondering why.
it's like how they're so quiet.
Who is bound up? Sorry.
There are 3 individuals bound up. There is a dark elf, a old man, and a gnome woman who is blindfolded.
And there any dwarves, or was Yane just being stupid?
Yane was just being stupid. There are no dwarves.
Okay.
I thought you said there was a dwarf female.
Just a
he's a
gnome.
gnome. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
for some reason I thought
Well, short
dwarf.
people look the same.
That's the blinded character, correct? The gnome.
That's correct. Yes.
Damn.
I mean, my gut says if they got a dark elf bound up, they're probably home. They're probably some homies.
And I think that I know, but just to be clear one more time, they're actually walking along the road. They're not like being carried, like shackled by horse or
Yeah,
anything like that.
they are not. They are together. They're bound together. Shackled together rather. They are not shackled to any free people.
Right.
They're
I figured.
not,
I just
and
wanted
they're
to
and
make
they're
sure
in the back of the procession.
they
They're
weren't
not being
delivered by horseback or anything. Okay.
no. And they're just continuing along the road, probably 100 feet, 150 feet north of it.
Would I be able to? Can range spells, if they say like range X number of feet, does that also mean they would be able to be delivered by touch, or would it have to say touch?
Sorry, what?
Can a spell with a range of a certain amount of feet be delivered by touch, or would it have
Yeah.
to say touch?
No, I mean you could just trigger the spell while you're standing right next to it.
As a side note, since you probably don't know this, your familiar can also deliver spells.
That's why I'm
for-
asking, because Find Familiar says that if the spell is deliverable by touch, then I can cast it through my familiar.
That's a special
different.
distinction.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Too bad.
You're just continuing along the road.
Are we saying hello? They seem friendly.
I mean, if you'd like.
Well, we have to get back on the road at some point. And they are coming the direction. Oh, wait, just to clarify, they are coming from the direction we're heading, right?
Correct.
Maybe they could give us a heads up.
Do they have any like identifying colors or whatever?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Misha is also very calm with this because she does believe Yane and that this is some weird sex cult.
You can see that in the elements of the dark robes that they're wearing, around their wrists and a bit on the shoulders as well, there's a bit of like deep blue that's kind of coming out, so you just barely see it as the sun kind of catches them a little bit. And you can see kind of lined in that as well is like some sort of like yellow or a burnt orange, almost like a bruise-esque color that's kind of patched in on the same spots where there's blue kind of showing through. But other than that, there's no symbol. They have a general color motif that they're riding with.
Would this mean anything to me, maybe? Or
Not really. I mean, it's just just pairing of colors. You could try and make a straight intelligence check, but it'd be pretty out of the blue.
Wait, would this be a history thing that might be known?
Potentially. You can make a history check if you'd like.
I will do so. I do not know.
No, it's just a little too obscure. So
Alright. I think I'm probably down with just moving on. Unless someone else wants to engage.
I could go by myself. If the rest of you would rather stay.
I mean, I'll go with you.
Akira. You are dependable as always. Maybe the rest of you should stay hidden while we check this out.
okay,
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'll climb a tree.
Oh my god.
class. Okay.
Oh. Not behind us, but behind them, right? Okay.
Okay. Well, we can go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
And anybody else who doesn't want to be seen
All right.
You might want to make the stealth check as well.
Oh, I need to adjust my stealth thing.
God damn, Yane.
Yeah, but it's gonna get ruined real
close.
quick.
He just
Really?
decided to
Plus
come with me.
7 to your stealth. Dude. Huge.
hmm I've also got
Why-
that
How
robe,
do you
but it's
have
not
that
dark
much
out.
stealth? That's
How-
crazy.
Yo, what?
He doesn't wear any
Apparently it's-
clothes. So,
That,
1, 2,
that
3.
literally
It was.
could not
It's.
be right.
It's what I took. Apparently, it's what I checked off for proficiencies.
nice.
Sorry, I'm
Well,
just
Makes
Do you
sense.
Fixing-
have, do you have plus?
Fixing
Do you have
my thing.
18 decks?
He has 18 decks, yeah.
I do have 18 decks.
wow. A
He's
plus
20,
9,
18, 18.
11 with a plus 9.
I like that. I'm always really good at balancing characters.
He's from the band of Unum.
They
He's-
All
are-
right, that's an
they're
11.
stealthy little bastards.
Yeah.
So.
There's no point in me ever trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
No, you'll be stealthy. I mean, other people might not be.
Yeah, just
You
go
have a
ahead.
higher
Uh,
passive
so-
stealth mod as a bard than I do.
as you guys start traipsing towards this group, Misha and Kirill, the man on the mount takes note and he kind of snaps his book closed, and looks back on the rest of his group, and then kind of like turns his horse about face to you guys and just
I'm going
waits
to-
as you guys get a bit closer.
Wait,
Tammin,
pleasant.
so far as you can tell, you haven't been spotted.
Okay.
And what was your intention again? Where are you trying to move in relation to that?
Like off to like the side of the like, so if they're on the road, I'm like off the side that we're coming from. I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, there's two sides of the road. Whichever
Flank.
one we were on, that's the side of the road I'm on, like perpendicular to where
But
they were
you're-
on the road.
Okay, sure, makes sense. What was I looking for here? Right. So, kind of gives you a small wave as you approach. Says, "Hello there, travelers. Rough go of it in the woods."
What gave it away? I'm searching my body for troll goo.
Kirill's armor is just fucked up.
Just completely fucked.
Yeah. We had a little encounter with some trolls.
Well, I trust that you took care of them, but in any case, looks like you've suffered some, son. It's good for you.
I hope
Caleb is
so.
the man who always makes characters.
So,
What? the-
He kind of gestures for his group to continue walking, and just kind of like offhandedly, and they continue to do so.
So is this a sex cult?
No, no, it is not. We are servants of the Lord of Suffering, and we're taking these initiates. And truly, the rest of my company here, we're moving on from Jelrin. It's become less of a not hostile, welcoming place in past days.
What is wrong in Jelrind? We are headed up this way. Misha is still not convinced they're not a sex cult based on what he just said, by the way.
Just crack down on some religious activities in the city. Really, in most activities in the city. And yes, we're just fleeing from that kind of oppression.
They would oppress you for binding yourselves together. That seems strange.
It does. Can't
mean, you-
speak for their reasonings, but
You like being bound, I take it.
no, that's really something we only do for the initiates. And, past a certain point, it's complex. I'm sure you know about your own religion. I'm sure that I'm not really in the position to kind of preach on the matter at the moment. Kind of on the move.
I see.
see.
But if there's nothing I can do for you, I'm going to go about my way.
Out of curiosity, how I'm going to look at me and Carol. Is there anything about us that makes our religion stand? Because my symbol is covered, and I thought his was too.
Yeah, I covered that shit with leather.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just kind of making a
He
guess.
knows it.
Yeah.
What? Before you leave, as we ourselves do not wish to obviously endure any persecutions, what gave us away?
I know that you Solurans are a very heady bunch about your twins.
But how do you know we are Solur?
I can tell by your accent. I spent a lot of time in Solura.
Oh, bloody hell. I'm
Well,
sorry,
that's-
Carol.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Why is that unfortunate?
Well, they're probably gonna notice that in jail.
Yes, they probably will. I would do my best to hide that. Yes. I would probably avoid Jelrin in general.
Is it
If I
that
were you.
bad?
Well, at this point, Jepper is pretty much, I don't know, the driving factor in a civil war in Solura. So I would say that Soluran nationals in Jelrin probably not the safe.
Do you think they would murdered is the question I think I'm asking.
It really depends what you guys do. You're adventurers for a living, I would venture a guess. And if you
Yes,
make
but-
yourselves useful, I don't see any reason why they would
Well,
throw you in prison, but would definitely be concerned about you. They might keep a close eye.
there is there anybody we could petition, maybe make sure we are not murdered?
I'm not really the person to ask, but if you had any connections, I would recommend leaning into those.
I don't actually know if we have any connections.
So seriously.
He kind of shrugs. In any case, I really ought to be going. So good
day.
luck in your travel.
Thank you, and I hope you all enjoy.
Kind of winces a little bit, nods his head, and turns his horse, starts just riding to catch up with the rest of his group.
Misha turns to Kirill. Different strokes for different folks. I read a lot of stuff in the temple.
Like, it must have been different stuff than mine. In any case, let's continue along the road to Joe.
So you eventually group back up, and are you riding the road there?
Yes.
I
Okay.
think we've cleared enough, right? Like, can you ping? Oh my god, can you ping roughly like where we're at now? Because we were trying to
Yeah.
avoid troops
So
and stuff.
you
Right
guys
here?
went from the troll hole, and you followed along. That took you a good chunk of your day, because it was difficult terrain. So you probably have about another 10-ish miles you guys can make for the rest of your travels today.
Yeah, I would assume, and I'll go with what everybody else votes, that the road is safe considering they just rode down it.
They rode down it. They walked down it barefoot in bondage gear.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting beset by a bunch of an army of ogres or giants or anything off this section of the road, anyways. At least not all the way to Gel.
In any case, when we get to Jarrow, we should probably just go straight to the blast zone.
I think it is getting cold. I think we need supplies, and I think I cannot speak. So I shall be a mute.
Well, I think if we make company with
You all have
dwarves.
an accent that is kind of
Oh,
indicative
not
of the
just
region that
Misha's
you-
weird
yeah.
accent. Okay.
Yep.
We're all from the same region, yeah.
It's all a little bit apparent to varying degrees. Tammin could probably hide it pretty well.
Could Kirill, since he's traveled so much?
I haven't traveled much.
Yeah, that Tammin's the one who's traveled a lot. He's
Tammin's
practiced
traveled
on being a
You mean me?
Deceptive
and
Boy and
yeah,
Haldir.
Haldir has that
Sorry,
as well.
Haldir.
I
Haldir is
actually
what I'm
have the
thinking.
actor feat, so I would be pretty.
I want to
good at
see you dress up again
Mhm.
so we can all use your name.
Maybe Haldir and
Yeah.
Tammin speak for us.
it. That sounds like a plan.
Wait, Yane? Okay, yeah, Yane would be too.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, he's the band of Unam, but we don't know where he's from, really. He
That
could have
is
been from anywhere.
true. Does he sound like he's Silurian? Because I don't actually know.
Who? Yane?
Yeah, I do.
Yanni?
Yanni.
Nani?
So you guys are moving north on the road, as I take it, and as it gets darker, are you guys starting to take a little bit more of your time to move? What's getting towards like dusk? Because I mean, you still have a lot of energy, but the days are getting shorter, right? So you can use light or torches to kind of light your way, or you can make camp.
I would be good if the days are getting shorter to use a torch for a bit before we make camp, but that's only because I'd like to push in before it gets too cold.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can. If we could camp now, we could start earlier in the morning, obviously.
Oh, you want to like camp early and then get out earlier?
Yeah, I feel like the nighttime stuff isn't really. I mean, what's
mean,
the
Joe-
point?
Bad experiences.
We're not really that far from Joran, are we? Like, it's bigger than it appears on this map, right? Because they like use the lake a lot and shit like that. Or
Yeah, they do. I mean, you're going to probably be in the suburbs of
yeah, like the
Delrin
farms and shit. Out
tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Are there any farms on the outskirts where we could possibly?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably small towns that you'll run into just even walking along this road.
Okay. Getting indoors during the cold might be a good idea.
So are you guys trying to press a little bit farther tonight in the dark, or are you making camp?
There was a
Think-
vote for camp, I think.
I think we're gonna camp.
I don't think there's necessarily a reason to go further. Like, it's not going to increase the rate we get there by that significant amount, right? So
10, 40.
He's judging
You're
how
counting
far
the
we
day.
have.
70. So you're like you're like 5 miles short of making it in 2 days after you guys travel for the rest of the time today. But you obviously don't know the exactness of this. In any case, you guys are setting up camp then pretty early. While you guys still have a little bit of light, and as you go about it, you can tell that again the forest around you is almost like supernaturally quiet, in general. But other than that, there's nothing particularly interesting of note as you guys bed down for the night. You want to set up your watches.
I'll take the first one.
I'll take the last.
I'll go
Okay.
after.
Something in
One,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go after Haldir. So it's Tammin, Yane, Haldir, me.
That's a little too many, but
It's a lot.
Hey. Okay, in that case, Misha will sleep the whole night.
Go for it.
Alright.
Thank you, Allah. I'm so
Sure.
exhausted.
So, Tammin, as you're starting to see the like you're just watching as the sun sets, basically, and the world's just kind of plunged into darkness. Why don't you make a perception?
Critical.
Critical? You rolled a critical?
26. Yeah, I know. It's been
First
a
and
Goodness
last.
me.
Seems unlikely.
Demon crickets. So you see in the forest to your right, or to the right of the road, on the east side of the road, rather, there's just these little small glimmers of light that kind of just pop up briefly and dim out, and they're like almost in the same spots, kind of like Christmas light decorations that flicker. And it's kind of like that almost.
Gotcha.
But you just see them off north and east in the forest.
Are these pretty far away as of right now, anyway?
You'd
as I
say
see
that they're probably 150 feet in, and they almost make like a line
Oh, so they're actually pretty close.
as you go even farther north. Like, it just kind of looks like they're like little. You can even see little twinklings in the distance. So they're probably like 300 or 400 feet away.
I'll send Goose out to investigate with bird vision on. See
Okay.
if I can get really close to one of the lights.
Yeah, you can pretty easily. And it looks to be kind of like a set rock is what most of these things are. Some of them are kind of like twigs that are held up by string to the to the canopy and the trees. But they kind of, as you get a little bit of height on this, you can see the path that's kind of laid out by them. And Goose follows it for maybe like 10, 15 minutes. And it reaches a point where a little bit further east into the woods, but still kind of parallel where it's pretty close to the road. You see like another one branch off that leads to the road. But you see like a clearing where these lights kind of go all the way around this open clearing. There's kind of little tiny flickers, and it's just like looks like little fireflies, basically, in a very set positions and set path.
Okay. And when you say paths, they're like openings in the trees, or I guess
Yeah.
I kind of maybe didn't understand this very well.
So, I mean, it just like you would imagine if someone took a string and walked through a forest, you have to take some turns, like if you were trying to even go straight
Sure.
line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. And there's a clearing in the middle of those arranged
Mhm.
sparkly path or whatever the hell it is. Okay.
Right.
Sparkly path.
I guess I'll just keep an eye on it and snap Goose back onto my shoulder
Sure.
from a distance.
Yeah.
Um,
Nothing happens past that point. You just continually see those lights.
I'm definitely gonna let the next person know about it though. So whoever's up next,
I think
that
Haldir.
is on you. There's the lights in the
Okay.
forest.
Can I
And
make
I'll point over in the direction.
like an Arcana check or something? See if I could know what
Sure.
that pertains to. 19?
I mean, it's a fairly basic enchantment that someone's using to light the path, but they have altered it in some way so that it only is happening at certain times. So it's kind of impressive, maybe, but it's just literally a path of lights in the woods. But other than that, there's like no like creature or anything like that that comes to mind that does this. I mean, there are will-o-wisps. You've heard of those, but they kind of move around and they're like creatures. These are definitely inanimate objects that are causing light.
Gotcha.
Like, would I be already asleep by then?
Well, he probably is determining that as you tell him about it, I would imagine.
I think maybe it's like an alarm type thing, maybe, or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna not fuck with it for now. I think is probably the best. I don't know what we would do about it, so I think we should just keep an eye on.
Sure. So Haldir, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. You just kind of see these lights flicker, keeping your eyes open and your eyes peeled. Nothing comes to fruition. Think it's Yane.
Yep.
Takes up the last watch. And I would imagine they relay the same information to you.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. There's
Yeah.
some lights over there, you know. Just
Yeah.
don't
I'll
go,
keep an eye out.
Don't go looking.
Yeah. Should go meet some guy at his campfire.
You don't know about that.
Nobody told him.
Nobody told Yane. In any case, yeah, if you don't take any action, nothing happens during your watch, Yane. You just see the lights flicker in the distance. For a brief moment, you see the ones that are kind of closest to you. They stop flickering for probably 30 minutes, but you can still see the ones in the distance twinkling.
Okay.
And then the sun starts to rise.
Good morning.
Yeah, everybody, y'all come to consciousness.
Good morning.
I'm gone. Like a small toddler poking at you. Wake up.
You guys wake up to another cool, crisp, but rather clear day. Well, what would you like to do?
I guess we'll just keep moving up the road, try to stop this first small little town we find.
I'm gonna tell Misha about the lights.
That is interesting.
You
I'm
can
not
even
so
see.
good with
I mean,
magic.
the lights just barely starting to hit you guys. So, you looking around, you can still see them flickering, Misha.
Would there be any kind of religion thing I would know? I mean, it sounds like right now from the description that it's mostly just like a magical enchantment.
Yeah. You could make a religion check if you.
Wow, my religion is 3. That's horrible.
What?
It's
Yeah,
probably some cult or something, you know.
could have been left by those guys who like to be bound.
It's the Amish.
I mean, it's a little concerning that there's a path, leading into the woods. of lights that from the edge of where just so we're where we happen to make camp.
We do have the habit of attracting bald, scarred men.
That's true. We haven't seen them in a while though.
Yes, but this could be more of them. Maybe they liked to follow us.
They like to hide in the woods too.
Yes, and draw their attention and offer people food.
So what would you guys like to do?
I guess we got to keep going. The lights are ahead of us, right on the path that we're going, not the way we came.
There was, Damon attests, a path that led to close to the road where these lights were being seen. And they just kind of like spidered out through the forest.
Maybe it is a trap. I mean, like not for us specifically. Maybe it is like a trap that was triggered by like a rodent.
Very elaborate
I think we should
rodent
watch
trap.
for trap. You never know. Wizards and sorcerers are weird. They like their magic.
I mean, now that I'm like up close to this, I mean, I could go like check this out now that the day is going on.
I think it'd be okay to check out unless there are any objections.
Let's do it.
Probably safer that way.
I'll go.
Okay. So you
Walk up with them.
you start walking towards the lights, and as you get closer to them, they stop flickering, but you can always see like the next one in the chain flickering in the distance, probably about 30 feet apart.
Okay.
You can continue following them.
Do we really want to fall for every single thing that we ever see?
It is getting cold, as a side note. Actually, speaking of, how cold is it this day?
Just a hair above freezing in the morning. And you guys are pretty chill, but you've also only been up for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's a hair above freezing and we're not dressed for it.
You're not dressed poorly because you're Silurans. You know what it is to be cold. But Yane, in his picture, he's naked pretty much.
I'm not. I've got my cloak.
I know. You got the cloak of sheer shadows. You guys are not. You're not
In danger.
comfortably equipped for weather, but you're not currently in environmental danger to it.
I think we should probably keep going. I suppose. Seems a little auspicious.
Keep going along the path, or keep going like leave. Sorry.
Like not follow these things up.
Not
Sure.
follow them. Yeah.
So you guys start turning away from the lights, and why don't you all make perception check?
No.
Oh God. Let's see. Okay.
Critical fail. One critical success followed by a fail. Come
I think we all
on.
kind of knew that was a one shot.
Okay. And let me see.
Stumbling around, tripping over shit.
Okay. So you guys are just moving away, and you hear just a small whisper come from the path as you guys start stepping away from it. It says, "Hey, you guys looking for something?"
Did we all hear it clearly, or
By
did
the
I-
twins.
I ready a firebolt.
I ready his
The
firebolt.
source of the lights. Show yourself.
Well, I'm not even really close here, but I was just curious, I've got stuff for sale if you're looking to buy.
What kind of goods do you have?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sale?
it's
I assume these are illegal. Of course.
no, yeah. I mean, depends on who you ask. That's actually kind of why I'm out here. But I will say, if you're looking to fortify yourself with some elixirs, then Miraculous Mixtures is your place.
I see.
I just give you the quick sales pitch, follow the lights, find my shop. But that's all.
What manner of creature are you?
That's really racist.
I don't think it is. You know what I am. You know what we are. If we'd been a big ass scary monster, would you have asked us to come to your shop?
Do I sound like a big ass scary monster?
I don't know. I haven't much talked to him.
We technically spoke with a big ass scary monster that sounded like, he smoked a lot of stuff. It could be anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of a half breed, you would say. My mom was a sand elf, and my dad was a dwarf.
What's a sand elf?
Well, it's an elf that comes from the sand. That's pretty simple, don't you think?
All right.
Oh man, let's check out the shop. This could be good.
That's what I like to hear.
A shop in the middle of nowhere.
And are you guys starting to follow along this path, or is just Kira walking?
Who's the idiot that's going? Yeah, probably
Carol,
Sounds like Carol.
obviously. That's hilarious.
I'll go.
I'll
but I
follow
still
him.
got the. I still got.
Firebolt.
Who's
the
gonna protect
firebolt.
Carol? His armor's shot to shit.
And you can kind of see now, as you start walking back on the path, that one of the lights that you had to walk past has a little tiny eye on it. And it blinks as you guys are walking towards it.
I wave
It's
at
just
it
a
as
yellow.
I walk past.
Little tiny glint from the sunlight that starts to hit it. And as you guys start getting closer to it, the eye disappears. You see it pop up on the next stone, 30 feet ahead of you.
How much business could one get out in the middle of nowhere?
You hear from the closest stone. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people walking out. A lot of people making moves these days.
So you know something of what has happened.
Guy, why do you think I'm out here? Trying to avoid those guys. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It is. And so you guys continue along the path for maybe 10 minutes before you get to the point where you see that clearing. And as you cross the threshold into that clearing, you see kind of shimmering a small hut that's kind of got a couple of lean-tos that are attached to it. And you actually see out in the open, as you get closer and closer, things just kind of shift into reality. They start to become tangible physical things rather than just kind of being blurry. You see a telescope setup that's outside, and there's a small campfire and kind of almost well designed and woodworked chairs that are really, really out of place in comparison to the hobbled structure that you're walking up to. But you see, stepping out from the front door of it, a very odd looking creature. He is thin, like an elf, and slender limbed, but he has this long, flowing, red-colored beard, and he's very short. He's probably 3.5 foot tall. Got like really knotted and tied back top knot, and he's wearing these just kind of textured or not textured. What's it? Squared pattern of like poncho almost, with like autumn colors.
Does he have an eye patch?
He's not.
It was almost squat, guys.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
close
true.
to
I know,
Squat.
we got so
Pretty
close.
close to Squat.
Well,
He kind of yeah. He gestures the sign and says, "Welcome, friends, to Miraculous Me."
oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Kiro.
Kind of walks up, puts out his hand.
I shake his hand.
So, what brings you folks to the woods? This next, rather.
Well, trying to travel to Jalrin, but we encountered some giants and they're all Gendia, so we decided to cut through the woods. And then we ran into some trolls, and well, you can see what happened to us.
To him
Yeah.
specifically.
You're looking a little bit messed up. I will say it's dangerous times, and it's hard time. I wouldn't recommend going to Jalrin first, but to each their own.
What do you know of Jelrin? Or at least what is happening now.
Well, my knowledge kind of pertains to my business. I used to be a licensed practitioner in the city, selling my ware at my own shop. Miraculous. There. Until, legislation comes down, you gotta have such and such license and such license, blah, 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 certifications. It's not really fair. And they hefted just crazy fines because I wasn't a dark elf. It's bullshit.
Wait, so
They're
you can
really
only,
pissing out.
You can only do business in Jelrin as a dark elf?
Well, you can do business as he gestures to himself, but you have to pay a certain tax. It's just if you're already just barely making it by, those things kind of stack up on you. So I kind of moved out into the woods here, and I already had this place kind of set up as,
A little retreat.
yeah, a retreat. That's what I call it. And I'm an astronomer as well by trade, so I like to take a look at this night sky, and you got to get away from cities. It's just too bright. But that being said, it's pretty dark. Yeah.
So what do
So
you
you-
got?
Oh, I got lots of stuff. And he goes back into his hut, and he kind of wheels out a car. And it's like he's having trouble with it. He's pretty weak. You can tell as he's kind of like pulling it just like over to tiny little mounds. But it's clinking with tons of little potions. And so he pulls them up. He's like, all right, this you kind of light. It's this like muddy red elixir. He says, this is what I like to call an enhanced healing potion. And so it's going to get the job. That's what I have to say. You're feeling bad. Those wounds you got from before, this is going to take care of it for sure. But
I
you
wanna
guys
buy
look, ready. Take a beating and probably put yourselves back together. So we got lots of
Really far from your face or something? You kind of cutting
No.
out.
Yeah, you're
not
cutting
really.
out.
I
It
will.
sounds more internet.
Discord, maybe.
Good, Gordon. In any case, I've also sack oil.
I
Yeah,
cannot
we
understand you at
understand.
all.
You said sack oil is all I think I heard.
Sack oil. Yeah, that's exactly right. I do have a bad connection to Discord, so
There
that's
you
what it is.
You're starting
Oh,
to
it
speak a little
says
bit
it's
better.
better. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah.
Anyways, silencing oil, not sack oil. Yeah.
Oh,
But you'd be surprised where I get the ingredients. In any case, you rub this on your armor, and even if you're wearing some heavy stuff, it's not going to make a peep. Lasts about 24 hours before it starts drying up on you. Let's see. I got
Wait, what?
this.
What does it do?
It removes the penalty of stealth checks from wearing
okay.
heavy armor.
that's actually
Damn it.
not bad.
He's got like a really thick orange, almost golden flask in his hand. He kind of swings it around, but it like barely moves. And he says, "This one I like to call the honey tub." And so I should have taken one before I talked to you. But if you're trying to interact with somebody, trying to get a date, something like that, take one of these bad boys.
None of you are.
Say again.
You're not allowed to date right now.
Oh,
Some bad experiences. It's
Wait,
just
so what
a long
exactly does
story.
it do again?
it just helps you with your talking. That's basically it. You might be a little bit, wouldn't say dumber, kind of, but
Just like alcohol.
it's really close. It's like condensed alcohol. That's a good way to put it. But honey
Dense
tub.
alcohol.
Yeah,
I
dense.
like the sound of this. How much does it cost?
Oh, that'll run you 300 gold pieces.
Wait, how much was the enhanced health potion?
100 gold pieces.
Yikes! And just for one potion?
Just for one.
That sounds pretty good.
They're
Aren't the greater-
enhanced.
Aren't the greater health potions like 1,000 gold apiece?
I will say that it's not a greater health potion. This is an
1,000.
enhanced health potion.
I've never heard of an enhanced health potion.
Well, you have now.
It's probably jars of his piss. All of it.
Could be.
I love how we never check to see if people are lying or that we feel like they're
Yeah.
lying. We always trust everybody.
That's who I am.
Very, very trusting.
This next
take-
one,
How many
I am
of those
working on.
enhanced healing potions you got?
He pulls back the racks. He's like, I've got like 8 of those.
All right. How about 5 for 450?
Sure. Easy. All right. But I got more. So just keep your butts seated. Well, I'm going to go on. So I've got this, and he pulls out another one where it's just this almost clear flask where you don't see any liquid in there. But as he kind of like shakes it around, you see just a small little piece of silver kind of twisting it. And he says, this is one I like to refer to as the keen focus flask. But really, you could also call it tunnel vision. I would say if you're looking to deal some damage and you want to get those points, this is what you're looking for. But you might neglect some of your weak points in so take.
It seems for an alchemist that your potions, while they're good in some categories, might have some side effects.
Yeah. Well, it's not a science. It's more of an art. And I like to try new
really-
things.
Really thought it was a science.
No, it's not. It is it's an art.
It's an art of science. How much would one of those potions run us?
Oh, those
The flash
those
says
will run you
described
about
them.
300 gold pieces as well. That being said, if you can get me the ingredients so that I can make more, I could give you a discount.
What are they?
Well, I need for keen focus. I need owlbear eyes. So it was just the irises, but really, just bring me the whole thing. And but I've got other stuff. If you're looking to change your voice to match any type of disguise, I don't know what type of role playing you guys do, but I've got this voice augmenter, so you change your voice to whatever you would like it to be. Perfect.
How long does it work for?
But just
No,
No,
at
we
the
don't.
moment I don't know.
Couple days at most,
Can we not sample
sometimes
this?
less.
Some-
Samples? No,
Sample. Yes, to
That's-
prove that it works. You take a sample, you drink.
no, I don't want
Well-
to wait. This is expensive stuff.
A sip of your own potion. You won't even do that.
No, absolutely not. That was wasteful, and I am anything but.
Yeah, I don't believe this guy at all.
I question the validity of your wares. I've never heard of such a potion or augmented healing potion or whatever you call it.
Enhanced.
Enhanced healing potion.
Enhance.
But I've got other things too, so just hold your
Okay.
horses. So, I've got this, and he
Can-
holds up what is almost
I
like a mirror in a flask.
Guy.
Sure.
I'm
Can you
sure he's
zone a truth
actually Zone of Truth would be much better. I just want to see how much of a snake oil salesman he is.
I already bought 5 of these fucking enhanced.
Yeah, seriously.
Boys, I don't give a fuck.
I'll drink one. I'll drink one of them right now.
He believes in the validity of the items that he's selling you. He's also kind of a shady guy, but so far he's not like lying to you about anything, as far as you can tell. Anyways, he holds up like almost a mirror in a bottle. And so basically what this will do is it'll turn your entire body, the skin on it rather, into a mirror. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. It's kind of fun. It's really trippy as well. You run around naked in the woods with it on it.
I was going to
Yay.
ask if it only worked if you were naked.
Well, the gear on you, whatever you're wearing, that's not going to turn into a mirror, but your skin will look like it's mirror.
Sometimes I feel like if I close my eyes and I run around naked, I could be invisible.
Well, you wouldn't be invisible.
Did you say that out loud or?
So that's pretty much how Ying speaks around.
Yeah. Well, and then the last thing. This is kind of what I'm known for. Getting
Virility.
it sometimes a little bit difficult, but it's just a magic resistance oil. So you rub it on your skin, your shoulders, chest, and really underneath the neck as well, and it'll give you an advantage on saving throws, magical effects for about 10 minutes.
Of course, he said that in a way that wasn't
Yes.
okay. Because the guy got so meta there for a second.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, so that's what I've got to offer. I am in the business of making new things all the time. So if you guys want to come back again, please do. And also, don't tell anybody in Jelrin that I live here. Thank you.
Ever.
How much was the voice changing potion?
Oh, the augmenter, that's going to run you 500 gold pieces. It's just the effect lasts so long, and it's just.
It was debatable. You said 5 days or one, or maybe one.
Yeah, but it's tough to get supplies for. They say.
Yes. But reliability is usually one of those things people like in their potions.
Well, if you want to go for reliable, why don't you go into Jelrin and spend your 1,000 gold pieces on the same product, okay?
I think it'll be too late by that point.
Well, then it appears I am in the advantage here. Did you want to make that deal then on the enhanced healing potions? Is that right? I'm handing over 8 or 4. How many?
5.
5 for 450. All right.
I already put them on my sheet.
Perfect.
I'll buy that honey tongue potion.
Awesome. Another sale and another satisfied customer, I'm sure. Anything for you folks? Big man? Small man?
I'll take one of your enhanced healing potions.
Another 100 gold pieces, please.
I'll hand him over the gold.
What about you, big fella? You want to be a mirror?
No, thank you. I'm gonna pass on everything. I'm gonna see how it all turns out for everybody else.
Well, that's probably wise. In any case, I really appreciate business, and if that's all, I say good day. Good luck in your journeys, and yeah.
Wait, Gerald. So is there a place we could stay that wouldn't look down on foreigners?
On foreigners, I mean, there's plenty of roadside inns on your way there. There'll be plenty of people. We're just happy to take your coin, so they won't really care too much. If you're a bit of a rougher type, there's an inn. I can't really remember the name of it now. I think it's the Kraglin Inn. That's what it is. Yeah, those guys are they're definitely something. So you could go there, and if you know the right people, you can get into some pretty nice stuff. But they're all different type, so they would frown on for.
Yeah, if we hang out with dwarves, we're not gonna have to worry about like fucking dark elves and shit.
Well, they're kind of all over the city, and if you go into Jelrun proper, you're gonna encounter some of them at the gate. Again, don't tell them that I'm out here. And then also, so if you're trying to avoid them, they're probably gonna take notice of that. They're kind of perceptive folk and extremely suspicious. So.
Okay. Were you just are there only fines against you because you're whatever you are, or is it just because you're not a dark elf? That makes sense.
Well, there was a couple of outstanding charges at the time. That's you miss a payment, people want to come break you up, stuff like that. But it's there's a lot of reasons why I left. But I will say the main reason was that it's really kind of getting pretty nasty in there. They're very oppressive. That queen, that Ona Lorez, she is not a nice lady. Let me tell you that. Well, as far as I know, she's ousted pretty much every religious order besides the one that she adheres to, which is something about some twins. I don't really get it. But, all of the gods are
Both
made up
of
garbage
the
anyways.
twins.
Wait, so what demographically, how is the city laid out? Is it mostly dark elves?
No. There's not that many. They just kind of are, I would say, the superior class citizens. I would say they think they are that. The elites, maybe. Since Ona Lorez pretty much brought all of the people to her, she's given them positions of power all over the city. And for the most part, the Japuran army is in Solura right now, messing shit up. So it's really just her kind of like guards and her entourage that are taking care of security in the city.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And they don't take too kindly to visitors, I assume. Travelers.
Well, they like gold. And so if you're bringing that, they will probably not turn you away. And
Well,
as long
not
as you
until
haven't
the
done
coin
anything
runs out.
against them. That's true. But there is coin to be made. I mean, if you're looking to kill for them, I'm sure they probably figure out something. Hopefully you're not that kind of people, but to each their own. There's still mining operations going on in the Hollow Peaks and all that sort of thing, as far as I know.
They can
Still
get people to
fishing.
go into the Hollow Peak.
Well, parts of it. it's still very, very dangerous. But there are places that you can still collect there.
Do they not fear the mind flayer?
I mean, I've heard of those things, but I've never really asked anybody about them. It's just kind of a spooky tale. What are they?
They are not a spooky tale. They eat your brain.
That sounds like a spooky tale to me.
They ate our friend's brain. This is why
Ooh.
dating is not allowed.
Oh. Ew. Are they hot?
They could be. I suppose she was okay. I mean,
They are
Oh,
actually disgusting looking monsters that make themselves look hot with illusion.
Well, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. But if it's true, then I would imagine they're not very common, considering I haven't heard about them.
it is very strange you have not. We encountered, two inside your province.
Whew, you're very unlucky.
More are apparently nested inside your hollow peaks as well.
You got to understand, this is a really big place. So I've never been in there, but from my understanding, the most dangerous thing that you're going to run into is the Ashblood dwarves who don't really consign with Jelrin. They'll pretty much kill you on the spot if they find you messing around in their halls. And then after that, just the natural environments of a lot of those places. I hear in one of the hollow peaks, if you just breathe some of these spores that are from these plants in there, you die. So that's the kind of dangers that I would.
That does sound dangerous. How would you not breathe in spores?
I suppose you'd have to fashion a mask of some type, or I don't really know. You could take an antidote, I would bet. I remember reading in some books that certain powders make. I could even look into it for you if you'd like, but
There's a place I know we are eventually, unfortunately, probably going.
oh,
Would not be opposed to giving you some patronage for something like that.
What's your
Well.
name again, buddy?
I don't even think I introduced myself. The name's Ridax.
Ridax?
That's right.
So not Ridic, but Ridax.
Yeah, the Chronicles of Ridex.
Yes, that is. I thought there was a book. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't catch your guys' names.
My name's Haldir.
Aldir. Pleasure to meet.
And Kirill definitely told you his name. He tells
Oh.
everyone.
Yeah, I tell everyone.
Kirill always
It's always the
introduces
kind thing to
himself
do.
properly.
Very, very true. But yeah, again, good luck in the city, whatever you're up to. Yeah, I'll be out here. But again, don't tell anybody. If it comes out
It'd be good
and
to
I
know
see
we can
somebody
find you.
snooping around, I know it was you guys. And he's, pointing at his eyes, pointing at you guys. I'm watching you.
Wait, us not the other people you sold to?
Not the weird bondage people walking down the road?
Yeah, I kind of kept the lights off for those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that those guys were worshippers of Tay Magar. Those are an element from Lennar that was in the city messing around.
Tay Magar.
That's the one.
They were into bondage.
Yeah, I think they self-inflict a lot of harm. Pretty sure.
Yeah,
They looked like they enjoyed it.
I actually, I have this book that was relating to that. That we found some time ago.
Well, good for you. Books are good.
Where did I find that book? So long ago.
I don't even
No,
remember
I-
you picking up a book.
I don't know literally at all what you're talking about.
Yes, he does have a book for Tay Magar. I think you got it from the fort.
Yeah, I did. Because I got it. Because on the sheet, I got it after Javal's blade before the plate armor. And I got the plate armor after he left because my big armor got dissolved.
Yeah. Yep, I'm pretty sure you got it in the temple or the sanctum of Lycidas.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Well, I mean, those Lenarans are kind of known for that. Pretty weird people. But in any case, just like I said, they probably got outed from the city. But man, they're kind of weird. I didn't want to sell to them.
But it sounds like followers of the twins are well accepted.
Yeah, they are. It's all baloney. I mean, all of those gods are just, they're made up, really. They're not gods. They're just people who have access to the ley lines and can do pretty good stuff. Their values, all that nonsense, kind of worthless. But if you do get power from them, I guess that's pretty neat. But they're pretty much trash.
Oh,
Well, I disagree virulently, but I think it's time we move on.
I'd agree. I don't want to listen to any sermons, so later, again, keep that mouth shut because I really don't want.
All right, so we trounce back down the path.
Sure. They say it probably took you about an hour to take care of all that, and you walk away. Make sure you mark off any gold from your sheets and mark that you have the potions that you purchased.
We don't know the exact effects of any of these potions, correct?
The enhanced healing potions are 2d4 plus 8. And the silencing oil, did somebody buy that?
I
Don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody bought the honey tongue, though, right?
I did.
Gives you advantage on charisma skills and disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom skills and saving throws
All
for
right.
for 1 hour.
Very specific.
Very specific, yes.
he did warn it would make you stupid.
I didn't think he'd make you that stupid.
Charmingly stupid, it sounds like.
And then, did anybody buy the Keen Focus Elixir, Voice Augmenter, Mirror Skin, any of those? Magic Resistance? I don't think so. I think that
Misha
was
did
it.
not.
Okay.
Not to I.
All right. So, you guys hop back on the road and start traveling north?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And do you guys have horses? I keep on asking this. I can't remember.
We do. We rode out
do.
of town on the last one,
Right.
and we never encountered any.
I
Well,
believe
nobody
that
who ate
Yane
them.
Everyone but
is
Yane has a
minus
horse.
But everyone
Right,
else
right.
should have
Wait,
one.
when we left town, how did Yane lose his horse?
He lost it in the forest as we were leaving Gendia.
Oh, that's right.
He slapped it and
Never-
it ran into
Okay.
trolls and got killed. Or
Yeah, that was the thing.
giants. Or so we think.
We avoided, yeah. Okay.
The only other horse we lost was Kirill's because he got zapped by the thing, but he is the magic horse he can resummon, so he did.
Yeah, that doesn't, yeah.
Yane will
Check
ride
in.
with whoever. You can ride with me, Yane. Hopefully I don't live to regret such a thing.
You've been letting Yane ride with you regularly.
Someone's got to do it.
I was just thinking this is a very good thing.
Okay. So you guys are
I was
Just stick me in
thinking-
front.
I was thinking you were
Yeah,
making
I'll
a
ride.
friend.
I'll ride bitch on my own pony if it means I don't die.
Yeah, but you have to ride side saddle. You can't ride normally.
Yeah. All right, but I think we're moving out.
Okay. So you lost a little bit of time just talking with old Ridex, but you guys get on the road and start making progress. Around midday, you can see chimney smoke in the distance, and before you guys start to be able to see those homes, you see a rider approaching very swiftly on the road.
A single
A-
rider?
A single rider.
Ryder!
Do we
Yep.
recognize him in any way,
You
shape, or
actually
form?
yell that out, Hal?
You can
No.
Okay.
Does he look
make
like
a perception
guard.
check.
bald, scarred guy?
Yikes. Do I even recognize he's on a horse?
He's blurred.
He's just a
Oh
mass.
wait, are we all rolling perception?
Yep.
I feel like I would be unable to since I've got this meat chunk in front of me.
Yikes.
Cute.
All right.
That's persuasion, Kirill.
Oh,
Whatever, I have the same score for perception.
Sure. So you can tell this. You can see that there is armor on that horse, as well as
He's
the rider
excited now.
being the rider being armored. And they appear to be like riding really close to the neck. They're like he's in like full gallop, and you can see at his side, or on the side, like to his side, he's carrying a rather hefty axe, and he's keeping it like at the ready. And as he's like getting closer and closer to you, and he's not slowing up. He's like
He's
it's
carrying
like
a what, sorry?
100 feet away from you.
An
He's just
axe?
got an axe,
And he's just riding straight at us?
pretty much. Yeah, you see, he's heavily armored.
And he's on a
And-
horse?
Kirill, you can see that it is a dark elf.
It's a dark elf?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, I ready a firebolt.
I'm going to hop off the horse.
I'm going to move my horse off the road.
Sure.
I'm gonna shoot it at him, I think.
Mm. If
I'm gonna
anything,
say-
I want to do
I'm gonna
the-
yell stop, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna shoot it at him.
Oh, I was going to smash the horse's legs with the thing if he...
And by
gets
at
close.
him, I mean at his horse.
Preemptively taking out the other guy's horse.
Uh-huh.
So you see, as he's about 50 feet away from you, he like rears up, and it takes another like 30 feet for his horse to come to a full stop. And he takes off his helmet, and you can see he's got this long flowing white hair. But he actually looks extremely familiar because he also has a set of horns and is extremely buff.
Oh no.
You recognize this as the second
Cambion.
Cambion that was in there.
Oh no.
You don't sense that he immediately recognizes you. He looks you over.
We all would recognize this, I feel like, correct? Because we've never seen Cambion before these people.
Yes,
And
it's
there were
very
Definitely
It
recognize
should be
It's very
extremely
obvious.
obvious, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
obvious.
Oh boy.
Citizen, did you see cloaked figures on this road?
Cloaked figures?
Speak quickly.
You mean we saw some people who are chaining themselves up, and
Those are the ones. Was there
Yeah.
a dark elf among them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yes, there was.
He shakes his head. Out of my way. And he starts riding through.
They were just people interested in chaining themselves up.
He's riding off as fast as he can.
That is good if he does not recognize us. That's what Misha mumbles to whoever's closest.
If they
Well
were
then,
Well, we dodged a bullet on that. Let's go.
for now. Yeah, I guess we keep riding on. I don't think we're gonna chase him, right?
Nah, it's
No.
not.
No.
I don't think
He
we'd be
might
able to
pass
catch
us
him.
coming back.
Good.
All right.
If they weren't so overbearingly powerful, I would like to just murder him on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, you could have attempted to.
Yeah, I
Could
didn't
you have
really
mounted
feel like it
combat?
right back. We have more important things to deal with.
I didn't feel like it.
Okay, well, I guess we're moving on then.
We have like our our literal gods, or have a problem that we need to deal with, and that's kind of my problem. But then dealing with minor evil.
Kira, I'm so impressed with your ability to compartmentalize. This is some growth. No, I'm serious. Usually
Thank
you would just slaughter everything. I'm so proud. She's like wiping away a tear.
Thank you.
As you guys continue back onto the road, you start to come across a number of small farmsteads, and you eventually come to the fork in the road later on in the day, and there are a couple of there's like a small stable you can see, a blacksmith, and there's a small inn called the Golden Fork, and that's pretty much the only thing there's around here. It's like you couldn't call it a town. There are some houses that are like nestled behind these structures, but it's really, really rural. It just looks like it's a stopping point or a waypoint for people who are going to Gandia or Tosa.
Do they have any sort of shops or anything?
They have a black, and you look over his like wares, and determine that it is pretty much all garbage in your
Does he by
or your work.
chance have like a tanner in town too, or something that sells like?
No, it's just the stable, that blacksmith, and maybe there's somebody who could take care of that at the inn who's like thrifty with a needle, but there's nobody who makes a profession of it here.
There's no hunters who sell hides or anything.
Go in the inn and check.
Maybe we will find a hunter in the inn. It would be nice to get some furs.
Sure.
Yes.
So you guys hop into the Golden Fork, and you see a fairly sparse and empty inn where there's not much furniture either. You see that it's probably been in better times and in better repair. The wind kind of creaks through, howls through as you guys open the door closes. You can still hear the wind blowing very clearly through the inn, and it's still pretty chilly. But there's a warm fire going on the far end of the hall, and fairly nice older lady comes over, greets you, says, "Welcome, welcome, welcome. How can I help you, fine traveler?"
Do you think that she is also?
Yeah, I'd like to. We was just maybe we get some food, and we was wondering if there's any sort of hunters who make their hangout here.
It is cold outside.
Yes, I can see you're not very well equipped for the weather. I've got some extra coats I could sell you. Other than that, I think that some farmers or hunters rather come through and they try and sell their scraps to the blacksmith every now and then.
Coats would be nice.
Yeah. They're not much to look at, but they should keep you warm. She brings you like these really rough, like skin coats that are the pelts that were used. It looks like it comes from a number of creatures, and they are not the best quality in that regard. And again, like the inn, feels like there's probably holes all throughout these coats. So she says, "Oh yeah, I'll sell them to you, 5 copper."
Is there any that'll fit me?
I'll take.
Oh my. Yeah, I think we had a real big fat ass die here one time. So
Oh my god.
Perfect.
should fit.
Wait, Haldir, can you do mend?
Huh?
Can Haldir do mend?
I think
The
you can.
spell.
On
Pretty
what?
The coats. You could mend the holes in the coats.
I can attempt to.
You can over the course of 10, 15 minutes take care of all the
I will drop 5 copper on a coat.
said each.
Yeah, I'll buy mine.
So after we mark off 5 copper pieces.
I'm trying to figure out how to like turn my gold into copper.
I actually
like,
have copper. I actually have 8
What?
copper.
There you go.
I don't know how
I
or
hope
why,
so.
but
She looks pretty satisfied as you guys are
One
all
gold is 100 copper, by the way. It's not
set
WoW.
up.
It's not World of Warcraft, boys.
no.
So,
Say that again.
is there something else I can get you? Some food?
Sure.
We've got nice
Whatever you've
potatoes.
got.
Yeah, potatoes, cream, bit of bacon.
do you have milk that is not spoiled?
Oh yeah, yeah. Got some cows out back.
Ah, yes, please.
She likes
And
her
stew.
milk strong.
Hmm. Extra
Not a-
brandy.
Not that strong.
We actually don't sell any alcohol here.
And I'm leaving.
Freeze out of
Oh.
family.
What
It
kind of
is
inn
just
is
for-
this?
It is for the night.
You know, sometimes there's official couriers that come through here, and we don't want any customers who looking to pick fights or anything. So, like to try and keep things pretty civil. And no alcohol definitely helps in that.
That's a thing that happens normally.
What happens? No?
Official couriers get picked on.
Well, it's happened in the past, and we were close to getting shut down because of it. So, you know, make some changes. In any case, are you all folks looking to stay for the night, or
Yes. Please.
no? That's perfect. Perfect.
Your rooms?
Yeah. Oh, rooms. Yes. So, it'll be. Are you each taking a separate one? I could accommodate all of you.
Ooh.
Yes.
When was the last time we all had our own room?
A
Think
very
of the
long
cost.
time ago. How much for a room?
Uh, she's kind of like rubbing her chin and considering.
This is
Looking us over.
Yeah. 1 gold a night.
1 gold.
One
What kind
gold.
of beds do you have?
They're feather beds. They're a bit lumpy, but yeah.
Feather bed.
Yes.
Lumpy
that a
feather
problem?
bed. Oh my lord.
It's better than the floor. I can promise you that.
Yep.
I'll take it.
The floor's free, so I hope so.
No need to be touchy, friend. Jeez.
I
You hungry? I'll get you your stew right away.
I'll
Get
take a bed.
hangry.
I'm not too concerned about it.
Perfect. So if it's each of you, then 5 gold pieces in total.
Sure.
fine.
That's fine.
I'll begrudgingly hand it to her.
Does this include the meal?
Yes.
Generous.
Do you actually work here?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
That's
making sure.
my home and my I guess my profession. Anyways, yeah, please take a seat by the fire, warm yourselves up, and I'll get that to you right away.
Yeah, when she leaves, I cast Detect Evil because we have a problem with evil things and inns.
Yeah, she's a fae. No.
She is
Not even.
aware that you would do that too, though, right? Or am I
Mm,
incorrect
no.
with that? Maybe
If
I'm thinking
he
She's just a
something
simple
else.
turned
town.
his back, yeah, she's not really paying much attention to Carol. So,
Okay.
yeah, she goes about her business and gets a few bowls taken or prepared for you guys. You're treated to a fine stew, and then brings out your beverages, just some water and milk for Misha. And yeah, it's kind of early in the night, but if you guys are looking to stay there, you guys can head to bed, if then that's your desire.
I'm going to grab Tammin by the arm.
Hmm.
I worry about her interest in the. She sizes up for our gold.
Yes, she is obviously a swindler. Nothing I haven't encountered before. She seems harmless, though.
Just maybe put your gold someplace safe.
Sure. Do you have really significant concerns about that? This is a
It is
meager
a-
establishment.
Exactly.
Well, I understand your precaution, but she just seems like an traveler looking to make, not a traveler, just someone who's trying to make a little bit of extra money. I don't really mind it. But note taken. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that is it. And you are gullible sometimes.
Thank you.
It's endearing, though.
How bitchy.
All right. So, unless there's any other interacting you wish to do, you guys take your rest. Is anybody trying to keep watch of any kind, or are you trusting the integrity of the doors?
I'll actually. Is there any way I could secure the door closed? Brace it with something.
Yeah, there's like a
Chair,
a
pole.
small table stand, like they'll barely
Enough,
block the door.
but enough that it would make noise if they tried to.
Yeah, it would make a big thump.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is anybody else taking any other types of precautions? Or are we resting?
I mean, don't the doors have locks on them?
They do.
Yeah, I'll just lock the door and it'll be fine.
Lock the door, lock the window, go to sleep.
Okay. So you guys go about a long rest, and let's say
I'll sleep
Very
with my gold
deep
on
in-
my chest.
nice.
And like my little bag, if that's obvious. Like if that's clear.
Mine is tied up to my
The
wrist under my
cross,
pillow.
crossing over the chest, kind of thing.
Sure, makes sense. At about 4 a.m. is by your bet. It's still pitch dark, but you guys feel like you are fairly well rested. As you hear a loud thump, like a door being busted open or slammed open, and you hear very quickly, kind of like a shout from that woman, you'd imagine. But then you kind of hear like a lower voice talk quickly, give some commands. You don't hear any sounds of violence or anything like that. But you did hear.
Is it possible to make out what the commands were?
You can make a perception check.
Misha couldn't hear it over her own snoring. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yane, you can make out just a gruff voice demanding food and drink. And that's it.
Okay. I'm just gonna lay back down.
Tammin, you hear the same.
I'll try to sneak out of my room and take a peek downstairs
Sure.
or wherever the hell we happen to be. I think that the noise is there.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check if you.
Nice.
Thank God.
So you're kind of in a hall that's tucked away from the great common area that they have. And you have to kind of sneak down the hall a little bit to get a good view of the common area, especially in particular the fire pit that's kind of placed opposite of you. And you can see there is a armored figure whose silhouette is being casted by a fire that he is now stoking and getting set up. And she's like tossing on a lot of logs. She was like pissing and grumbling about how damn cold it is. And he's also to his left, you see a more slender figure, but again silhouetted by the fire. You can't make out too many details. It's very dark in here still. And yeah, what you see. You could definitely catch the glimpse of white hair on the slender figure. So,
But not with a huge axe, though.
you'd see a handle of some type of weapon. You don't see the head of it. So it seems to be down. And as he, like it was just the guy complaining about the weather. And then he sits back down, and you can see him heft his weapon, and it is an axe. And he starts like wiping it off with a cloth. You can hear him rustling around in the kitchen, but you don't see them. They're like kind of off behind a wall to your right. No, you'd be able to like slip over the bar and get to the kitchen. Yeah. Okay. So you do so, and you see the woman is hastily preparing some type of food. Like she's pulling out bread and cheese and stuff like that. And she looks pretty flustered about the situation.
Okay. And let's see. How do I want to do this? I'll send her a message spell and say, who are they?
She freezes and looks around, trying to see who's talking to her.
I would be making myself plainly visible to her. I'm not like stealthing from her or whatever, but I don't know how if that's possible to do without.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in line of sight of the people in the hall.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, yeah.
So she says as she kind of like takes note of you in the kitchen, and she hastily gets back to her task. She says in a whisper, "That is one of Prince's.
Sorry, it's one of. I didn't catch
The
what
Prince's. It's one of Loreza's sons."
They stop here often?
No.
I didn't think so. So why are they here?
He asked for food, and I'm gonna go take it to him. She walks out. You can hear him say, "Oh, fucking finally." Starts digging into his grub. hands them over to the other figure that's sitting with him.
Okay. Do I have any idea how much time had passed since I went to sleep and was awoken by this and decided to investigate? Pretty soon afterward.
You can see that there's a bit of light coming through the windows that are in this place.
Okay.
So it's maybe just
Maybe
becoming dawn.
early morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear the figure call back again. Woman, you have rooms. And you see her. Where are you still sitting in the kitchen? Yeah. She's kind of walked back to that area and she pauses. Says, they're all taken right now, but I'm sure we could come to an agreement, and I'm sure we could remove one of them from their room. They'll happily give it positive. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, one of Lorenzo's sons is in that room. Barging in, giving this woman all kinds of orders. Doesn't seem like the pleasant kind of type. I think we need to get out of here.
Who the fuck's Lorenzo?
I don't fucking know.
Ona Larez is what you
Ona
said.
Lorenzo.
Oh,
The son of.
The son of Ona Larez.
She called him. But actually, no, it's beautiful, like Tamit's delivery. Yeah, it's close enough, but.
don't you think? Well, no, I would say, don't you think leaving in the middle of the night randomly is a little fucking suspicious? It's definitely the middle of the night, my guy.
It's just barely dawn.
It's like fucking, I don't know, 3, 4? Far too fucking early, if you ask me. If everybody else wants to leave, I'll leave. And I'll just go back to sleep.
What's up? Brigands. Was it the fucking Cambion? What do they look like? What did they look like?
I'm pretty sure that was the Cambion.
That's the fucking Cambion, bro.
It was probably the camp.
I think we should just wait this out.
You hear you hear boots stomping in your direction across the common area. It's coming towards this like little hallway where the rooms are. And you hear him talking with the woman again. On second thought, I think I want 2 rooms.
This guy's trying to fuck everything up.
And you do so before you hear him reach the end of the hall. He starts, so which ones are mine? You don't hear her respond, but apparently points out a couple of. He walks down. You can hear him thumping down the hallway. He gets to your door. As you do, he puts a meaty hand on your chest. He pushes you against the door frame. Make out. And he looks you in the eye and says, thanks for the room. And he pushes you out of the way. And you see him with his other hand, he kind of gestures to what you see is the dark elf that you saw earlier with that crew. And he kind of like does a brief gesture. Yep. And take this one. I'll wake up another one of these guests. He ushers her into the room, shuts the door.
Kick us out. What the fuck do you mean?
You hear pounding on the door, Misha.
There's a big. No! Go!
Yeah. Misha, do you go answer the door?
She yelled, "Go away!"
You guys can hear Haldir and Tammin a sigh because he walks down the hall to the next room and bangs on that door. Kirill, you hear it?
It's too early. Go away.
No, it's not too early. You're getting up, and I'm going in. We can share the bed if you'd like. He tries the door. Come on now, I'm tired as hell. He is.
Is he yelling this?
Yeah. No, the woman is in her room. In your room.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm fine. I'll get up and I'm gonna answer the door.
I thought
What
he
is
was
this
hitting
nonsense?
on. Oh no, never mind. He's banging.
Your room is being requisitioned by the queen. You're gonna have to give it up.
Fine.
Thank you, Patriot. He
I
pushes
get-
you aside.
I go.
Don't
get
forget
my
your shit.
Guess I'll get my shit.
He hops on the bed. Nice and warm. Thank you for your service.
It's too bad we don't have a Karen in our group.
You
Starts
could be the
taking off
Karen.
his boots. Sets his axe down next to the wall. If you could get the door on your way out.
Yeah, sure. I make sure the door isn't locked.
So you go to shut the door.
Yeah.
You hear him say, he kind of lowers his voice. If you could tell that rat that he's not so quiet. That would be great. And
Okay.
he like puts his hands over his eyes and looks like he's trying to go to sleep. And you can see, so you saw him a little bit more clearly in that moment. He looks like just a dark elf. But he is like extremely bulky, and like he's as big as Yane, even just a little bit bigger than Yane, and which is really atypical for a dark elf. He looks a little bit unnatural, but he doesn't have any elements of the horns or anything like that right now.
Interesting. Alright, so I'm in the hallway. Go to Haldir's room. Because it seems to be there's a party in there.
You can see a set of eyes peeking out from Haldir's room.
We're yeah. Kirill, come here.
I walk inside.
Really?
It's camping in my fucking bed.
You motherfuckers. And I'll just scoot over on the bed and go to sleep. Or attempt to.
Sure.
You're gonna sandwich 3 people in there?
I don't think that's going to work.
I'm not going back.
I'm okay with the visual here.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
What?
Well, what now? I can't go back to sleep.
He saw you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I suspected as much. The goddamn demons and their gifted sight, or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. You know that shit better than me.
If he has gifted sight, he might also have gifted ear. So keep quiet.
No, fuck them. Let's just get the hell out of here.
I think that's a good idea.
I'll go knock on Misha's door. And Yane's door.
The second awakening, Misha will actually violently yank her door open and yell, "What?"
We're leaving.
But is the sun even up right now?
It's just coming out.
Not really.
John.
Yeah, not really. You can see it on the see the light on the horizon, peeping
so
through the
dark.
windows.
And it's cold when it is this dark.
It's cold all the time. All right.
Yes.
You guys can sleep a little bit longer. I guess I'll go
For
ask the
fuck's
innkeeper
sake,
for some breakfast.
shut up out there.
Hey, you caused this, asshole. I'll just go to the front.
You don't hear, but yeah, so you head to the front.
Yeah, I'll just be like, look, looking to get some breakfast. So have to deal with this crap.
She's not there.
God damn it!
Did you at least, I'm assuming heard the story, Misha will ask him did you at least get some reimbursement for your...
No.
Ugh.
Don't worry about it. Just go back to sleep and come out when you're ready. Whenever the hell that is. And I'll just go sit by the fire in the front if they're still going on.
Yep.
Wait for
Roaring.
everyone else to wake up.
Quite warm. Yeah. So another hour and a half passes, and this is generally when you guys be waking up while you're on the road. So you guys all start coming to consciousness. Carol, what did you end up doing? You're bunking up with Aldir.
Oh, I'm peacing out with these guys.
Right. Well, Aldir went back to bed, and so did Misha. And nobody woke up Yabe.
I guess I'll go hang out with Tan.
All right. You guys are just sitting in the common hall. You can see, like in these kind of chairs that are positioned close to the fire, you see a like table rag, and it is just drenched in blood.
Right?
Drenched in blood?
Yeah,
Oh, he did mention that he was cleaning his blade when he came in. So it's not the blood of like the innkeeper that we're seeing,
correct.
but
Well,
still.
There's
Do you
some.
think-
I hope they enjoyed their suffering well.
I do not know if this is. You can't enjoy suffering when it's.
Nisha has decided to join you guys by the fire this in the morning.
Yeah. It seemed we were all getting up.
Yep.
I think that to enjoy suffering, one has to be alive.
I suppose that their suffering is over then.
I do not think that is a good thing. They seemed like such nice, quiet people.
Something like that.
You guys wait hour and a half more for the rest of the crew to wake up. Haldir, Yane, you guys come to consciousness.
All right.
You always say that. I feel, and every time I think it sounds so weird.
Come to consciousness. You wake up. If
There
you
we
prefer.
go. I'm more of a wake up kind of guy.
Sure. So you're awoken by
You're
yourself.
woke.
Yeah, you woke. What do you guys do?
I imagine I'd just get my shit together and go downstairs.
Still no sign of the innkeeper.
It's a single floor. But yes. And yeah, there's no, the innkeeper does not appear to wake up at dawn. So far as you can tell. Or at least she doesn't start serving everybody.
So breakfast is out of the question.
You could ring a bell that is seen on the counter.
Unnecessary.
Already.
Yeah. You
You're trying to wake up the other guests. Yeah. Rich entitled people, which would be the least favored, yeah.
So you do see her come out, and she looks very tired. But she calms herself and says, "Well, what can I get you?"
Well, since we don't have rooms anymore, we'd like to get some breakfast before we leave.
Yes. Eggs, fine. Oh,
Eggs and some bread.
certainly. I'll get to work right
Since
away.
those individuals certainly aren't paying.
No, most definitely not. I appreciate it.
Do they often leave you with bloody cloth?
She doesn't really. She's like giving you a weird look. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna flick the bloody cloth like across the table. It's
She like dodges it. Like, ooh, gross. What the hell is that? I mean, it's not on mine. But that's pretty gross. I guess that means I have more to clean.
it is unhygienic.
Yeah, so was throwing it. Thank you.
But
She walks back into the kitchen and starts preparing your meal. And over the next like 20 minutes, you guys all get some semblance of breakfast put in front of you, and you guys start munching down.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay. Yane, do you go join the rest of the group? Or is
I have
Yane's-
no idea what's going on. I had to walk away. I
Yeah.
slept in. Let's say that.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Hard sleep. Yeah, so Yane's still in his room as you guys are all almost finishing up breakfast.
I can get up
Yay.
now.
Okay, I was gonna say if he hasn't come down, I'd be worried.
Yeah, I'm coming downstairs.
All right. So as you're starting to get up and dressed, Yane, you open up your door and you see the Cambion
Mhm.
kind of just standing in the hall. He's like kind of adjusting his gear, rolling his shoulders. And he kind of gives you a look. And there's just like a faint bit of recognition in his eyes. It's
Right.
like, I remember you.
And I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder. Good morning, Cambion. And I'm going to walk right by him.
What the fuck?
Yane is lost.
So you start walking into the
Mhm.
common hall. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear him starting to walk after you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just walking into the common hall as well. He starts looking around and says, "Oh, yeah. I think I actually remember all of you. Met on the road, but before that, I met you in the... What was that? Just outside of Pix?
I believe so.
But you must have taken care of it. Nash will be just so happy to hear that."
What did he want us to do? I don't even
No, we're
remember.
fine.
We were supposed to hand over the stuff that would cause the end of the world or something.
Oh yeah, and he wanted like manned out Dweer's
Correct.
head or something.
Yeah,
Which,
I think we
yes.
said we'd do the head, but we never actually promised to do the other thing.
You know, we
I think we
We
did.
kinda did.
Yeah.
No, you
We
guys.
didn't really have a choice, I believe.
no, yeah.
You guys were like saying some ridiculous stuff, like how much money you wanted to be paid.
Yeah, and he said whatever
It
you want,
was-
we can give it to you. But that he wanted that orb, which we didn't give. We don't have that, and we gave it to that other guy, Abel or whatever. And then
Oh.
manned out Dweer's
Oh.
head we gave. to
That we still
other
have.
guy. Did we
That
still
we
have?
have.
It? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were gonna give him the head, but like the
I
rest
wasn't
of
sure
it.
if we gave it to that other guy that was also
Not
part of the.
Technically, I think we
That's
only ever agreed to
society.
give him the head, and we said we'd see about the other.
I'm pretty confident we agreed to give him the orb, but whatever. Maybe I'm misremembering it.
Well, I'll tell
Oh,
this guy.
Misha never agreed.
Sure.
Well, we killed what's his face, and we got the stuff from him. But then the stuff kind of got taken from us by force, so we really only have the guy's head.
He kind of looks really bored as you're describing this and says, "It's not really my project. That's Nash's thing. I was just there to help him out. So
Yeah,
I don't really care."
I
but-
kind of forgot about the whole thing, to be honest.
Well, it was some time ago, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but it's been a busy 2 weeks for me. I don't know about you.
It's been really busy.
Obviously. Misha says as she's like flicking the bloody cloth again.
I cast that one spell. What's it called?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, I clean up the fucking blood. I say, stop that.
All right. So you're heading to Jelrin then now. Is that my understanding?
Yep.
Wonderful. We'll ride together.
Perfect.
Wait, why are we riding together?
I really appreciate the company.
I-
He's got a big smile on his...
I don't know if I believe you.
He shrugs. Let me go get my friend, and we'll set out. Are you all ready?
I guess as ready as I'm gonna be.
Thanks for the rooms. By the way. I really appreciate it. I needed just a bit of.
Oh, of course.
He saunters off to the hall, starts collecting his things, and you don't necessarily hear what he says to the dark elf lady unless you are trying to eavesdrop.
Well, I'm not. I'm gonna be listening. I'm not gonna follow him or anything. I'm just gonna sit right where I am. You know.
Okay. You can make a perception check. But it will be difficult.
Did that not work?
See anything. There he goes. Nope,
Oh.
you can't hear him. He's talking quiet.
It was just really slow.
Just a few moments later, and he comes back with the dark elf lady who's apparently acquired some attire from the innkeeper, looking rather shab in the coats and winter clothing that she was given. But you can see that it's a relatively young dark elf woman, girl, maybe like in her early teens or late teens. Kind of difficult to tell for true-blooded elf.
But they age you weird. Yeah.
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 But she's relatively short, and she's very short compared to the giant. And you see once again that he is not. He does not look like a Cambion right now. He looks just like a dark elf. Kind of hefts his axe.
Come yet?
Yeah. You guys have already eaten.
All right.
Well, I think we can make it to Jelrin in one day. What do you guys think?
I'm not really too familiar with the
We
distance, so I don't know.
It's like 50 miles.
we
55.
may also be short a horse.
Oh, come on. Really?
It's dangerous roads out here. Poor Yang.
I need to stop attacking things with my horse.
You can ride on my horse. Magic.
With you doubling up, I'd be surprised if we could make it there in one day. I guess we could stop at an inn. I know a place on the way.
Will it be your treat?
Sure. I didn't mean to put you out early.
Misha's going to pat Tammin's shoulder.
Yeah, it's a date.
Okay. And so you go back out to where you've kept your horses, and probably included in your stay, they had somebody who's taking care of them, feeding them, grooming them as well. You set about on the road, heading north on the road with this Cambion, who I guess hasn't really introduced himself. I don't think he said his name back when you guys were in the tunnel.
I'll
I
ask
think he
him.
did.
So, what's your name there, pal?
Ardor.
Ardor?
The
Like
second
hard.
son. Like Harder. Yeah.
Can you sing like your brother?
No, that's a talent unique to him, if you can call it that.
Really?
I didn't think he was that great, to be honest.
No, he's not. But that's what you get when you're a favorite son. In any case,
Hero.
Wait, are you not favored? I'm going to gesture at his ridiculous sized ass.
ridiculously sized ass. Is that what I heard?
Yep, that's exactly what
Yeah.
you heard.
Axe.
It's a cold ass honky.
In some ways, but our dear mother definitely likes that.
Is this the guy who was like stealthed and I saw him, or is this the other guy?
They were both invisible at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Is
There was
this
two
your-
other cameos.
is this your sister then?
He looks over. Oh, you're talking about the girl.
Yeah.
And she's like got a weird smile on his face. And no.
Oh, I see. She'll nudge him slightly. No, it is okay.
No, the last sibling was I'm pretty sure the creep in the darkness.
They did not say how many siblings they had, but it is okay. This is not your sibling.
No, she's not. She's I guess you would say a scion of one of our royal house.
Oh,
She
and
was kidnapped by heretics.
Not your lady friend. Significant other?
No, she's much too young for me. In any case, let's move on.
Yes, let's.
And you guys mount up and get ready to head on into the jail run. As you guys start riding, he takes the lead. He's just kind of every once in a while he's looking back over you guys, but he's just got a big smile on his face the whole time. And I think that's where we'll leave it off.
Yeah.